Hey guys, Derek here. Welcome back to the channel. We are back reacting to another episode of Lucifer. This is season 6, episode 8. It is called Save the Devil, Save the World. Obviously a reference to Heroes, Save the Cheerleader, Save the World. It's been a minute since I have watched Lucifer. There were a lot of different things that came out, and I had a lot of off-camera stuff to figure out in the meantime, so I didn't have a ton of time to watch TV shows or make videos, and kind of had to prioritize. But we are back now, and I'm super excited. What happened last time on Lucifer? So last time was Maze's wedding, in which Ella got super drunk and kind of called everyone out at the end, being like, yo, you've been lying to me. I thought you were my friends. I can't believe you've done this type thing, and let them know that the world is ending. We found out that where Rory came from is from her mom's deathbed, so that's not good. So yeah, the world is ending because there's no God, I'm assuming, and now they have to send Lucifer up there, but this is there's 3 episodes left of the season, so I don't think it's going to work perfectly. But I am excited to see what's going to happen. Before we do that, though, please consider leaving a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, consider subscribing and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon, because I post all those over there. On Patreon, you can become a super supporter and get featured in every single one of my videos. But other than that, let's jump into it.
Definitive proof that the laws of nature are breaking down and the earth as we know it is officially doomed.
Oh, she's showing them her investigation?
Right.
They've all sobered up now?
Some of these things.
I was supposed to protect humanity. How could I fail to notice something of this magnitude?
Well, to be fair, none of us noticed.
I noticed. I noticed.
Ella noticed.
I would have figured it out.
You guys were paying attention to some other celestial things.
Celestial in crowd, but no, you guys had to play sideline the scientists like everybody else.
That's fair.
Now.
Hold up.
Sidelining the scientist is never a good idea.
So what? You're just gonna become the new god now?
He's not just doing anything, Ella.
Kind of like defeats the whole purpose of God if someone can just become, you know, and maybe that's just the
Chloe died for it.
inner Christian in me.
Listen, it's been a long and painful
Not
road for
necessarily
all
a
of us.
thing you can just become.
The time has come for Lucifer to
Power is
ascend the
inherent
throne.
to God, not the position, whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. This is a fictional universe.
It's time.
Why is he doing that shruggy thingy with his shoulders?
That's where the wings come out, darling.
I can feel
Do you have
This
erectile
has never happened to
dysfunction?
me before. Give me some room.
a jump start.
What if your wings aren't coming out because you feel you're not ready to be God?
Bruh.
I'm ready. Listen, we don't have time for this. All
Silver City.
Oh, yes. Okay, that's a very dramatic. Why did he have to jump off like that? I mean, it's bitchin', but it's wholly unnecessary.
So that's how it's supposed to work.
She's just amazed.
Oh,
So, ooh,
hello.
what's up, man?
Sommelier from the wedding.
How you doing,
Excellent
bud?
taste, as always.
What kind?
So my initial guess is that Lucifer feels he's not ready to go up to heaven and be God because he's still got some unfinished business down here with his daughter.
Of Lucifer Morningstar.
You, of all people, should know I've never suffered from performance issues.
Okay, you're struggling to perform your wingly duties.
Right.
What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, that's her book.
I've been writing a book about you.
Maybe should have asked him first, but it's also kind of more like a diary, right?
This is
Chronicling her own experience.
marvelous.
I mean, Western literature has portrayed me in a terrible light for centuries, starting with that perennial bestseller that need not be named.
The Bible?
Yeah, well, it's just a first draft.
The Bible is, fun fact, the most stolen book in the world.
Well, if everything that we've worked for together in the past 5 years is contained in this book, then the answer to my little wing stitch must be in here. So, all we need to do is find it.
I mean, I feel like it's fairly obvious that he's got some unfinished business with his daughter, so he doesn't want to leave, right? Like, she accused him of leaving and never being there when she needs him, or when her mom needs him, and now he's like leaving, right? Like, am I wrong in this?
Right?
Oh, never mind. Maze is here. Saw a girl.
What? You interrupt a demon on a wedding night, you get what you get.
You dressed like you're gonna be in an anime. Why would they call her? Let Maze have her wedding night. Come on.
Maybe Lucifer's problem is that he promises to help people out, but then he just leaves them hanging.
Yeah, good point, Dan.
Dan? Wait, no way.
Yeah, Ella doesn't know Dan's there.
Are you telling me that Dan is here? Like, isn't it such a great day? Also, I
Happy
have information
t-shirt.
for you. Science, gack, super duper cheery. Science, gack.
Did you say science?
Mm-hmm.
That makes me think.
So this is how Linda views everyone.
Daniel.
Kakuza, were you under there the whole time? Under. That makes me think.
What
I
is
just solved
this?
another murder.
How do you do it, Detective? You're so smart and beautiful and
Also,
perfect
Maze
and-
clearly still has her pants on in that scene. Why? How is that working?
I don't know. I think Lucifer nailed it with me. Sex, violence, kick-ass outfits. I mean,
Pretty similar with Maze.
hello?
The ones he's spent the most time with are less caricatures.
I held an angel feather in my hand, and you let me believe it was from an emu?
Oh, well, I wouldn't get so upset
Yeah.
about that.
It's just a feather.
We have to do something.
What is this book, bro?
Can't kill him.
You're right, Maze. We can't.
I feel like it's fairly obvious, like, what the issue is with his wings. So I'm not sure. I feel like some of these episodes just kind of feel added on for no reason.
I just wish I could figure out what my real guilt is.
well, what was in your hell loop?
Ping pong.
I woke up. I relived my death a little, and then Lucifer tapped me out to play ping pong with Belios. Wait, is that...
Whatever a damn soul's biggest source of guilt is, that's what goes on in his hell loop.
So I gotta send him back to hell
So then,
so he can figure it out.
Lucifer rescued me from hell.
Was it fun for you guys?
A little bit.
Watching me walk around without a clue?
To be honest, Miss Lopez, I have always envied your ability to accept the divine in absence of proof. I suppose that's what faith is, isn't it?
Yeah, but that doesn't excuse what you did.
I lost my...
I mean, we may not have spelled it out to you, but we were all there with you every step of the way. Every step of the way.
Okay, but you also could have told her the truth.
Chilling with the angel of death before you even met the rest of us. Well, you and Azrael are practically BFFs.
Yeah, Azrael's the angel of death.
Ray Ray is the angel of death?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oof. Not great.
Lucifer? Wait, you're leaving?
Yeah, I'll call you later.
Wait!
All the instances of him leaving her.
I have to go back.
Don't go.
Goodbye.
All the times he was not there.
You're on your deathbed, and he's not there.
He's never there.
Yeah, it's kind of true. To be fair, he's there more than he's not. But he has missed some key moments.
Please.
It's probably something super nice.
Yeah, okay. So I helped save Charlie after he was kidnapped. That is literally my job.
I mean, not technically. You're a forensics analyst, not a detective or a missing persons person.
Dan says that while you may not have known the specifics, that everyone here always loved and trusted you, Ella.
No, I'm not saying that.
Dan says you are the inner circle.
If you guys really trusted me, you would have told me the truth.
Facts.
Ella.
Yeah, I feel like you guys just gotta apologize. Be like, I'm sorry. If you still want to be here, stop bringing it up.
When Rory said that you weren't at my deathbed, you know, I thought, that's impossible. Lucifer would.
Would you like a footnotes list of all the times you've bailed on her?
The biggest breakthrough we've ever had. So I just wonder, how do I know you won't follow it up with...
Bruh, isn't he taking you to heaven with him? Aren't you gonna become like Lady God?
I just wonder if your subconscious might choose not to stay.
Yeah, that's not like how that works though. You can't subconsciously disappear.
Guess the party's over, huh?
Is the clue that he started to replay his death. Okay. That's what he's killing that guy. He's guilty that he left his family alone. Left a daughter without a father.
I think you cracked. I know what I need to do.
Dude, did I like call all of this stuff episodes ago and they just are gonna take 8 episodes to explain it?
I don't know whether Doctor told you to bring back the rest of the book.
Or I could be wrong, but
I'm not capable of real change.
Mom said you guys were saving the world. Thought I'd stop by to see how it was going. Gotta say, I kind of wish I hadn't. Hindsight's a bitch, huh?
Wait,
Rory.
why is she mad about that? They're like, we effed up somehow.
I don't have these wings because of something you did wrong. I have them because of something you did right.
I mean, all my life.
Weapons training?
I watched you.
I love these badass wings because they remind me of the person I admire most.
Your
My mom.
mama. Okay, cool, but why, how did you get them? Like, the logistical process.
Wings.
Shoot him again.
Lucifer, what are you doing?
This is why he's in here. Kill me.
What's this supposed to be?
I know how I feel about you, and I am going to prove it, young lady. I am going to make myself vulnerable right here, right now, for you. So go on, shoot me.
Okay, we do not shoot
Okay, but
people in
this
family.
would,
I don't know
this is self-actualizing prophecy if this works.
I am your father, and I demand that you shoot me.
If
Rory,
she
don't listen
kills
to
him,
Just put down the gun.
then she just orphaned herself.
Go on, shoot me!
Didn't work. Why'd she aim for his leg? She could have totally aimed for his face.
You're my daughter, and I love you.
Lucifer. Are you bleeding?
What's up? How can you tell? He's got like black pants on. How can you possibly tell that he's bleeding? What is this? The writing in the show is so weird. I don't understand the whole point of this episode. Okay, so are we just not gonna... I mean, that's cool, but are we not gonna find out what happened?
And it's all thanks to one woman. A woman with the mind of a
Oh,
genius,
is this
the patience of a saint.
This is just the end of Linda's book? Not what actually happened?
The greatest therapist the world has ever known, Dr. Linda Martin, MD, PSYD, Master of the Universe. This is preposterous.
Master of the Universe. Do the wing thing. Do the wing thing. Do it. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I am ready to be God.
Okay, but leaving your daughter again.
But I'm choosing not to be.
What?
Reading the doctor's... I don't want to be God. So I'm not going to be.
Mm-hmm. That's what's up. That's what's up. Gang gang.
I've always known it wasn't really my calling.
Yes, brother. It's a Menadil's calling. That was a pretty substantial moment. It's so weird seeing how different they look in older seasons. And the weird LA tint they put on everything.
Walking on water, oh, the love I found.
I like this song.
I choose you, Chloe.
Oh, that's when he was in heaven. That's last season.
It's good to know that he loved you. Loves you back.
Yeah, he straight up like sacrificed himself like 8 times.
So beautiful.
The end of the world, though.
But it almost makes me forget about the whole end of the world
Yeah.
situation.
There's things happening.
Right, that.
Carol, I really wish that I could tell you more.
Oh, look.
I do, but
Look what you're doing. Keeping secrets from him.
it's just not my secret to share.
That's okay, that's true technically. It's not your secret.
You don't have to know every little detail about someone as long as you already know their heart.
Wow. Conveniently exactly what she needed to hear to deal with the rest of her friends. Bro, you burning your book, Linda? This ain't 1984.
Couldn't save you all.
Yeah, Linda, come on.
Dr. Linda Martin.
You had a profound impact on this man's life. From a friendship standpoint, even outside of doctor standpoint.
You've made me a better man.
I mean, even just like a friend telling you you've made me a better person is deep.
A well-earned rest.
What if she just died? just quietly in her sleep. Her work here is done. So Lucifer is gonna do something. Amenadiel's back.
I know why the world is ending.
Why?
We need to talk.
Okay, why? What is happening? Come on. Okay, solid episode, solid episode. A lot of it kind of felt unnecessary, if I'm honest. But that's just me, right? Like, if the whole point is they're trying to figure out why the world is ending, they presumably are like, okay, they kind of thought the same thing as I did, of like, must be because there's currently no God. Lucifer needs to go up and become God, but then he can't. His wings don't work, and so they're like, we got to figure out why my wings don't work so I can go up, become God, save the world. I just don't know if rereading through all of Linda's book was like the best way to go about that. I mean, it definitely is like a thing that they are doing in this final season of like, let's look back at all the things we've been through. It's just like, for me, not the most satisfying. I mean, it is kind of fun and cute to look back and see how things have changed and where they've come from, but it's also just like another storyline of Lucifer not being ready for something, not believing in himself, all this stuff. Like, it's like all the emotional epiphanies that they're like looking back over. It kind of makes you realize, oh, we've done this 8 times already. Like, at what point is he finally going to figure it out? Which conveniently, actually, he does at the end of the episode. He finally figures out, I don't want to be God. Which is like, thank you, bruh. It only took you 3 seasons to figure that out. Come on, man. But it is what it is. It's also a whole lot of Ella complaining, which it's, I agree with her. I definitely think that she should have been told a long time ago what the deal is, right? Like, I guess at the time when they're lying to her and we're watching her get lied to, it's like, oh, okay, obviously, yeah, they can't tell her, because initially she was just a coworker. Like, are they gonna tell every cop in the precinct that they're all angels and whatnot? But then, like, slowly over the course of the series, Ella morphs from just a coworker to someone who's in the inner circle, and it can be difficult to tell when that happens. Like, if there was like a place you could look at that was like a clear cutoff of like, okay, now Ella is family, we can tell her. When the things happen slowly over time, it can be difficult to be like, oh, okay, now we can tell her what's going on. And then also all the extenuating circumstances surrounding everything. It's, if you look at it in the totality, it's like, okay, yeah, not telling her was a dick move. Like, she's your friend. But also, like, looking at it in the small individual moments, it's a little more understandable. But on the overall side, I definitely agree with Ella of like, they should have told her what was going on. But also, now, I mean, did they say I'm sorry? Like, as long as they apologize and it's like a heartfelt, genuine apology, I feel like that's the most they can do. And then Ella can kind of decide if she wants to accept that apology and forgive them and move on as friends, or if she wants to keep bringing it up and throwing it in their face. Like, if there's some emotional things she needs to process about this, I don't know if it's healthy to do that in front of them and make them feel bad and make them feel worse about it. That's, I guess it makes sense, but it's not like a satisfying visual experience for someone watching the show, if that makes sense, at least for me. Some of the things were kind of fun to see, though, the callbacks to the emu, about her and the angel of death, and just some of the things that are just kind of blowing her mind. That logistically is a nice way to kind of catch Ella up on the actual details of everything. But then her talking with Carol at the end, I think he made a great point of like, you don't need to know every detail about someone to understand and know their heart and what kind of person they are. And I think over time, that's what Ella learned about these people, is their heart and, what they stand for and who they are. So while she never had the full details, she still knew them, right? Like she still knew the true them, but they also still should have told her. What's that? We got Dan trying to figure out what is up with his guilt and hell loop. I feel like I suggested this a few episodes ago, but my guess is that he has some internalized guilt about leaving his family behind, like his daughter specifically, where, you know, he's leaving her without a father. He's leaving Chloe to be not necessarily a single mom, but like a mom who is going to be raising these kids without their actual father in the household, and the struggles that accompany that. And so I suggested that a while ago, and then they bring up in this episode that he, at the point of his death, you know, when they go to hell, like he initially started reliving his death. Like that is his hell loop, is having to deal with his death. And then Lucifer took him from it, and he had to re-experience it later on because he's just like all bummed. He's like, oh, yeah. He has a nice moment with Ella. They've always kind of bonded and been cool together. And seemingly, I think he figures out what is going on with him and what he's really guilty about. And so hopefully we'll figure that out next episode. And then the other pretty much big thing was Lucifer and Chloe and kind of their relationship, and how Chloe's kind of looking back at, you know, after the last episode where she hears her daughter kind of tell her, you know, he's gonna leave you, he always leaves you. This is like an internalized fear that Chloe's had kind of the whole series. Like it's been a consistent thing that's happened to her. You know, the big pivotal moment of like anytime there's an epiphany, Lucifer bails afterwards. You know, granted, oftentimes that like those big moments is not the context. You know, you don't see everything surrounding it. So of course, when you're just rereading the big moments, that's what you see. And she's struggling with that, you know, and Lucifer's like, bro, I'm not going nowhere. And she's like, how do you know? Like, you've made all these choices, but all these subconscious decisions have been made for you as well. Like, you know, yada, yada, yada. And they talk about parenting, you know, how did we screw up that our daughter manifested blade knives, you know, blade wings, whatever. And she tells them, she's like, bro, I have these because I'm proud of my mom, but like that didn't explain why she has them. Like, how did she self-actualize blood red blade wings? Because she's proud of her mother. What does that mean? Like, most of the time I enjoy the writing on this show. This episode in particular, though, I really, while I enjoyed the episode as a whole, like I enjoy seeing these characters interact with each other, I really thought the writing of this episode was bad. You know, some just things that seemed blatantly obvious there. It's like, let's devise this whole convoluted thing to go through this process just to then at the end figure out the process that is simple. Just talk to your daughter. You know, you still have some stuff going on. You can't leave your daughter, you can't leave your wife. Like, seems fairly obvious, right? So then he is like, I will prove that I love you by manifesting vulnerability, which is like, okay, sure, I guess. And he's like, shoot me. He's like, she didn't shoot him in the face. Like, she came here to kill him. You know, she domes him. He's gonzo. like it's not like he'll just like then subconsciously like remanifest invulnerability. Like, he would have gotten smoked in the brain. He's lucky she was feeling merciful and shot him in the leg. And you know, it's a small moment when Linda comes in and is like, are you bleeding? It's like, how can you possibly tell? like the whole, they did a whole reveal in the scene of like, the only way you could tell that he was bleeding is because he showed his hand, right? Like, his pants were so black and dark already that you couldn't tell that he was bleeding. How does Linda come into the room, see them on the floor and be like, you're bleeding. Like, it's a small thing, and it shouldn't be a big deal to me, but it is seemingly, it's kind of indicative of this whole episode of like, this episode is Linda's book, both in the subject matter and metaphorically. It's like someone wrote a rough draft for this episode and didn't go over it. You know, they were just like, sick, solid, next episode. So hopefully the writing improves significantly over the final 2 episodes, because this, while acted well, performed well, and generally good, like fun to watch, this was one of those episodes where, you know, they've had a few of these episodes here and there where I watched it and I'm just like, bro, this did not need to be in an entire episode. Like, the conflict of this could be solved fairly quickly. We didn't need to go through that whole process, but I feel like I'm ragging on this episode, and that feels weird because I generally do like this show. It's just sometimes you watch it and you're like, what? Why? Like, it's also very interesting because, like, seemingly the big conflict of this episode and kind of this season is Lucifer's relationship with his daughter. Like, I thought we had kind of already cleared up and gone through all of this relationship stuff with him and Chloe, right? You know, it's this, I thought this season was supposed to be about him and his daughter, and we're still just retreading Chloe. Not that Chloe isn't cool and their relationship isn't important, and it does technically have a slight impact on Rory, right? Because, like, the whole reason she's here in the first place is because she thought that Lucifer abandoned her and her mother specifically, like the person she looks up to. He wasn't there while you were dying, right? So, like, Chloe technically plays a pivotal role and she's a pivotal aspect of this father-daughter relationship, at least as an inciting conflict. But I feel like as we examine the relationship between the father and daughter, I feel like they're putting way more focus on Lucifer and Chloe. So it's like, I guess, like they're just manufacturing the fact that, like, Rory doesn't believe that Lucifer loves her mom for some reason, and it takes her reading this manuscript to understand it. I don't know. I feel like the writing of this episode in particular was really weird and not particularly satisfying. And Amenadiel's gone the whole time. He went up to the Silver City, to heaven, to figure out what the frick is going down, and now he comes back and he knows what's up, and so hopefully he will be able to relay that to Lucifer fairly quickly. And we got 2 episodes left, Goodbye Lucifer and Partners Till the End. So who knows what's going to go on with that. But yeah, those are just my thoughts. So let me know what you guys thought of this episode down below. Did you enjoy this particular episode more than I did? I mean, I thought the little montage of him and Chloe was cute, and it was enjoyable, kind of reliving their relationship a little bit and seeing how much he loves her. But that was, as a viewer, you know that already, right? So it's like, it's not as satisfying. So hopefully you guys like this episode more than I did. It definitely, to me, felt more like a filler episode, but which in respect to the show, like, in your final season, you should not have filler episodes. Sorry. So hopefully you guys liked it more than I did. But yeah, that's all I got. Let me know all your thoughts in the comments. If you liked my reaction, which is debatable, probably, you know, a very different tone to this one, leave a like on the video. It means a lot to me. If you're new here, consider subscribing and ring the bell so you're notified when I upload. And then if you want to see the full uncut version of this reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon. I post all my full uncuts over there. This particular episode will probably include a lot of me trying to get my eyelashes unstuck. Very much my eyelashes were like sticking together the whole time, and it felt like it felt very uncomfortable. So that if you watch the full uncut version of this episode, that's what you're gonna see. Yes, also on my Patreon you can become a super supporter and get featured in every single one of my videos. But other than that, thank you for watching, and I will catch you guys next time.